So we're leaving for Brazil tomorrow night, and we're gonna be gone for quite a chunk of time. We're going for the holidays. And I thought, hey, I should try travel vlogging. You know, I haven't done that before because we haven't traveled much since I started doing YouTube videos. And then I realized that I already kind of packed all of my camera equipment, etc. Oh yeah? That was a puppy yawn. So I guess I'll really go back to the old school vlogging style, filming on my phone. I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done. Actually, I think I just got all of the stuff done. But I have some more time tonight. I feel like my options are either start packing, start cleaning, or just go do something else, which feels weird to do right now. I've been weirdly stressing about this trip. And when I say stressing, I mean like completely internally, just I internalize all of that. So, you know, I just seem perfectly fine on the outside, and inside I just feel like I'm melting a little bit. But I was telling Matt yesterday that I was feeling stressed about this trip, and he was like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any reason to feel stressed about us taking a lovely trip to see his family in Rio. But then I realized the last time that we traveled for more than like a few days, a weekend, it was to Brazil, but it was also almost 3 years ago. And back then, I didn't have a YouTube channel. Well, I did, but like I didn't use it. I didn't have an Etsy shop. I didn't have any kind of like commissions or contracts. I wasn't working for myself. So when we went to Brazil, I just went to Brazil. I packed whatever little embroidery I was working on at the time so that I would have something to do in my downtime, just the same way that I'm gonna pack a book so that I have a book to read. And this time, I can't do that. This time there's a lot of responsibilities that I have. So yeah, I think that's the reason. I think it's like, I'd love to just go and take a vacation, but I don't take vacations. Everywhere we go, even when we've traveled for just a few days, I still took stitching with me. And nowadays, most of my stitching is part of my job, which I don't mind. There are hobbies that I have, like baking and cooking, that I cannot turn into a job or it takes away all the joy for me. Stitching, I have long since realized that I don't mind doing it as a job because I really do just enjoy it in general. But because of that, I'm always doing it. So I think in the last couple years, the only day off I've had that like is truly a full day off where I'm not doing anything related to my artwork and my job that I've created for myself were a couple days when I was sick. Like so sick that I was laying in bed with my eyes closed all day. If it's not that, then I'm probably stitching. It's just kind of a weird thing because stitching is both my job and my hobby. It's both a creative outlet and a professional thing that has contracts and deadlines sometimes, like this time. So, anyway, good chat, y'all. It's gonna be nice. I really miss Brazil. I've spent quite a bit of time there since Matt and I got together, or whatever, and I absolutely love it. Rio is stunningly gorgeous. It's mountains and beaches and green and sun and rainstorms. Oh, I love the rainstorms. And the food is, ugh, I miss the food so much when we're gone. Let's start packing? Yay. I don't know if I'm going to be filming while we're there because, again, the last time we went to Brazil, I didn't even have a YouTube channel. But just in case I feel like filming a video while we're there or, you know, doing some travel vlogging that's more professional than this phone, I'm taking all of that. Woohoo! And then, y'all, thank God that embroidery is such a small, compact hobby because this is like a buttload of projects. It is way more than I will likely be able to get done on this trip. But it all fits in like this nice little tote bag, which is delightful. I'm taking an obscene amount of sashiko, which is like my fun downtime stitching, and then everything else that's coming with me is like actual projects that have deadlines and people waiting for them and stuff. So yay. It just occurred to me that I don't really know where we stored our suitcases when we moved to this house. So I gotta go find those. Aha! Sniffins? Hi! Suitcase! Oh, dummy. Dummy. Hi. Orange. Yay. Ready? Ready? Good catch! Where are you going? The joy of going to Brazil right now is that, you know, it's winter in LA. Despite winter not being that cold, it's still pretty chilly, but it is the middle of summer in Brazil. So I get to break out all of my shorts and my sundresses. Yay! All right, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 comfy knit dresses, and then like a couple shorts and shirts. And yeah, that's all I need, right? I think I'm done packing. Oh yeah. Someone had a bath. Of course, the worst part of traveling is always leaving this little tush behind. Look at his little face! Sigh. But away we go! Our flight was around midnight, so the airport was creepily and delightfully empty. Just the way I like it. When taking a long flight, braids are a necessity. So is stitching. Break out the sashiko! Night flying, day flying, first piece done, second one started. Well, we made it to Panama. We made it to Panama, and I'm exhausted. But I just had 2 donuts, so I think I'll make it. Second flight, the clouds were stunning. And here's the thing about sleeping on flights. I don't know how people do it because it does not work for me. And now a recreation of the many ways I attempt to sleep on a plane. None of them work. I doze at best. And it's night again. 24 full hours have passed between the travel and the time zones, but hey, I finished the second sashiko piece. Oh, and we made it to Rio. Huzzah! Nami. Hi. Y'all, I walked off the plane and already failed on Portuguese. Am I surprised? Not at all. But immediately just said ciao to the driver, which is hello in Italian. Goodbye in Portuguese. But now I have tangerine juice, so everything is fine. Once you drink tangerine juice, orange juice just tastes flavorless forever. Good morning and welcome to Brazil, where Matt is getting a ton of texts for some reason. Did I mention I love the rain? Good thing, because Rio greeted us with copious amounts of rain. Here we have proof that Matt was a way cooler teenager than I was. Also, there's this. Yep, he was in a band. The rain finally decided to share custody of the sky with the sun. Good morning. What I was going to say before construction next door took over the airwaves is that we stay with Matt's parents while we're in Brazil, and they live in this lovely neighborhood that's great for taking a walk. So join me for a walk. Matt and I were actually hoping to take a daily walk through this lovely community area, but between the rain and our general laziness, that did not happen in the slightest. Am I surprised? No. We've made that same goal every time we come to Brazil and failed every time. We are, if nothing else, consistent. Aside from this neighborhood being a bounty of lush green foliage and towering trees and rainbow-colored flowers, it also holds a whole bunch of wildlife, which is just great fun for me. I've seen an iguana in here before, there's chickens somewhere. This time we saw these cute pheasant sort of birds running around with their teeny tiny baby. My heart. And of course, we can't forget the monkeys. Yeah, no squirrels hanging around Rio residences. They have monkeys instead. I think they're marmosets. Oh, and shout out to the intense bug life around here too. Yikes. But the most common animal to see in this neighborhood is a cat. There's a whole community of, I guess, feral cats that live here. Like, they put out food and water in little houses for them and everything, and as much as I want to be friends with all of them, they don't all look super friendly. But wait, there's more! As cool as the cats are, this place has something that always thrills my little American soul: wild growing food. Oh yeah, there's a whole realm of fruit growing in Brazil that we in America have never even heard of. And a bunch of it just grows naturally in the wild, or is planted for the sake of landscaping rather than harvesting, as it is around here. Of course, you see coconut palms all over the place, and even huge mango trees. Unfortunately, we never seem to be here when the mangoes are ripe. But also, is this a pineapple growing by the path? Yeah, I think so. We had a mulberry tree in our yard in Texas when I was growing up, but it never grew berries even close to this size. Hard to see, but that right there is a starfruit. Just hanging out. And then here's some I never heard of until coming to Rio. Acerola are these cherry-like fruits. They're pretty good, not my favorite, but decent. You'll sometimes see acerola juice on restaurant menus here. These more lumpy berries are called pitanga, and I love them. Their flavor is so unique and delicious, and it's so much fun to just pick them right off the tree as you're walking by and have a little snack. And this tree grows berries right off the trunk called jabuticaba. They're not in season right now, but I've had jabuticaba sorbet, and it was delicious. Oh hey, since we are talking about food, and now the part of the show where Charlie goes bonkers over Brazilian food. Here's some of those exotic fruits I was mentioning: guava, dragon fruit, sugar apple or sweet sop, passion fruit, graviola or soursop, and oh yeah, these massive abacaxi, avocados. They eat avocado with sugar here far more commonly than with salt, like this fabulous avocado ice cream at one of our favorite restaurants. Maracujá, or passion fruit, is amazing in Brazil. In America, they're small and purple and expensive and very, very sour, but here they are these big ol' yellow ones full of flavorful juice that's just tart enough to be drunk without adding sugar. Speaking of sucos, juice is not only an exceptionally common drink here, like pretty much every restaurant has a juice section on the menu, but also a highly varied one. It's not weird to drink juice with breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and you have many options to choose from, although as previously mentioned, I'm addicted to tangerine juice. It is so freaking good. I drink so much liquid while in Brazil, and almost none of it is water. If I'm not downing juice, then there's always coconut water, fresh out of the coconut preferably, or you can always just chomp on chunks of fresh coconut. And then of course, there's always a little cup of espresso nearby, whether a fancy one from Copenhagen or straight from the kitchen at home. Oh, and I haven't even mentioned acai yet. So you know how in America, acai is like a superfood, so healthy, get an acai bowl at your local vegan cafe. That's not how they eat it in Brazil. Around here, it's mostly sold as this sorbet, heavily sweetened with sugar syrups. Matt lives for this stuff, and he has not found a single one in America that tastes right to him. I'm not a fan. It's got a weird texture. But you know what I am a fan of? Brazilian barbecue. It's the best thing ever! Even the chicken hearts. Other Brazilian dishes we enjoyed this year: farofa, which is basically fried cassava flour; moqueca, this gorgeous shrimp stew that we had for New Year's; and rabinada, which is like French toast on steroids. And then there's the restaurants that we love and visit every time we're here. Sushi is huge here, and a lot of places do all-you-can-eat sushi, so that's always a must. I completely forgot to film this gorgeous plate of sushi at the beginning, so use your imagination. Golden Sucos, home of the avocado ice cream and apparently the best acai in Rio, is also home to these incredible filet mignon sandwiches. Yes,
filet mignon on a sandwich. Bra's Pizza, no relation to Matt's family, they have amazing pizza. But my favorite things here are actually the sangria, which is basically a fruit salad with wine poured over it, and yes, I eat all the fruit. This pizza bread appetizer thing that I very much want to recreate at home, and their toasted meringue over ice cream dessert. Ah, so good. And finally, we have what used to be my favorite salad ever at a place called Balada Mix. Used to be because this time it gave me food poisoning. Yarfed real hard, y'all. This salad is ruined for eternity. And on that note, let's stop talking about food, shall we? Doggy break! End of doggy break. So, because I've been here 4 times now and Matt, lived his whole childhood here, we don't really do much while in Rio. The time is mostly spent relaxing, eating, hanging out with Matt's friends and family, cuddling the dog, which worked out well for me because that meant I had plenty of time to get some stitching and other work done. I hope you enjoyed seeing some lovely Brazilian nature and hearing just a bit about their glorious food, but now it's time for us to head back to the States and jump into 2023. Well, we arrived in the rain, and in the rain, we shall depart. We're finally home! I'm gonna sleep for 3 days. Just kidding, I have so much stuff to do.